God still heals. A simple theme. God, for all of us, still heals. To embrace. A simple theme for all of us. A simple theme to hold on to. Here we find in the text of 2 Kings chapter 20, from the verse 1. And the Bible says that in those days was Hezekiah sick unto death. And the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amos, came to him and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. What a devastating word. A devastating news that. A devastating news, a news that will let anybody fall down on their knees. A devastating news that will cause anybody to faint away, to lose strength, to lose heart. When somebody say, Thus saith the Lord, you're going to die. It's not a simple word. You don't just go on and smile and just treat it as nothing. When God speaks, it's already done. And the prophet who was well known, the integrity of the prophet came to Hezekiah and told him, the Lord said, set your house in order because you're going to die and not live. You will not live. I believe it touched the very soul, the core of Hezekiah's soul. Going to die when? Set my house in order? How? What do I need to do? But I love what Hezekiah did. The Bible said that he did something which is important for all of us now, because negative news don't necessarily mean that we must begin to plan funeral and plan the service. Negative news can just be a way of launching us deeper in God. Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and he prayed unto the Lord. He sought God. The doctor's report sent him to God. The prophet's report sent him to God. He went to God. It is somebody with a negative report, a report that says you're going to die based on how you feel. The doctors do not have to tell you a report. You can feel in your body, because so many persons feel in their body that they're going to die. I don't feel I'm going to live. But Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and he prayed unto God. He opened a communication line with God. And he was specific. He was specific with his cry. He was focused when he began to pray. He was knowledgeable of what he wanted from God, what he went to God for and with. The Bible says, he went to the Lord saying, I beseech thee, O Lord, remember now how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, a heart of submission, a heart of subjection to you. And I have done that which is good in thy sight. That means Hezekiah had something to go to God for and with. He walked to please God. He lived his life to please the Lord. He walked perfect before God. He walked with a pure heart before God. And he brought it back to God. He said, God, I have walked before thee. I have walked with a perfect heart before thee. And I have done that which is good in thy sight, God. Long and short, God, I lived my life to please you. And then the Bible went on to say, and Hezekiah wept sore. He cried deep before God. Because I believe Ezekiel said, if anybody can change this report, it must be God, because it is God who sent it in the first place. He wept, sore. I can imagine the lamenting. I can just imagine how he cried bitterly, how he cried earnestly. I can just imagine the sound of those who were around from Ezekiel. The thing about it, God heard him, God heard his weeping, God heard his words, God heard his prayers. And then the Bible says in the verse 4, and it came to pass afore Ezekiel was gone out of the middle court, that the word of the Lord came to him, saying, turn again and tell Ezekiel, the captain of my people, thus said the Lord, the God of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer, I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will heal thee. On the third day thou shalt go up unto the house of the Lord. And I will add unto thy days 15 years, and I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria. And I will defend this city for mine own sake and for thy servant David's sake. Before Ezekiel left out of the inner court, God spoke to him. Are you crying unto man? Is the report that you receive causing you to cry before man, to doctors? Ezekiel cried to God. Ezekiel wept before God. And God, the one who he wanted to hear him, heard him. And God, the one who he wanted to answer him, God answered. And the one who he wanted to hear a good report, a new report, a report that says whatever was said to you before is no longer applicable to you. God said it. The same mouth that God sent the word of death to him with is the same mouth that God sent the word of health and life to him from. I'm saying to you, the same doctor who said, I can't do anything else for you, God will allow the same doctor to say, you have received a miracle. You received a touch, a change in the outcome. Cry to God. Pray. Cry to God. Weep before him and tell him about your integrity before him, and listen for the word that will come to you saying, you shall not die, you shall be healed, and you shall live, and you shall live for many years. May God bless you as you receive this word. Bishop Hutchins is signing out from you. Bye-bye.